Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we will be talking about They Are Billions. It is a new game and it's still in alpha. You can get Steam keys from their website. I will leave a link down below. And I will just show you what happened on my, I believe it's 6th attempt. Here I have double walls and everything is protected. There's a triple wall there with a wood. And there's a triple wall on this side. I have little areas that are supposed to be choke points, because once they break down a wall, it's going to be just a small hole and they'll all just pour through it. Now my difficulty was over here, where I only have single and double walls, and I knew they were probably gonna break through that. I tried expanding later on, but it didn't work out too well for me. Here we had a jump to later in the game. A game in There Are Billions usually takes several hours. Well, at least a couple hours. This game that I played was 2.5 hours. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, obviously. You've probably seen the timestamp on this video. It's not even close to an hour. Here I'm just building up my power levels and getting ready to expand in this area over here, up and to the left.
Attention, building completed.
Really quickly, I always build a door just in case I have to expand further. Those are usually weak spots. Be careful where you build them. Make sure it's away from a tower. This is a small attack. That's nothing. This is just a couple of guys from the village, I guess, nearby, an infested town. I didn't focus much on exploring the area because I had everything near my base. If you don't have a lot of stuff near your base, you will have to expand a lot farther. And this is probably why I got to even get to this point. My strategy in building and getting resources was not really good. Or maybe the game is not balanced yet. I don't know. I'm usually pretty good at strategy games.
They are trying to break
At least base builder games.
They are attacking the colony.
They need to insert a little bit more information about attacking colony defenses. They need to say attacking our walls or attacking our buildings, because, well, they do tell you if they're infesting your inner buildings, but they don't tell you if they're attacking a tower. And that's why I missed the hole in the wall down in the south.
It's a nice day to die. Who do you want me to punish?
Is everything okay?
For defense, your people actually do a lot more, a lot less damage, I should say, a lot less damage than the towers, defense towers. But the problem is towers can get infested, as I found out a little bit later in the game. The zombies have spitters, and they can spit bile on your towers and infect them, and actually disable them from a distance. So if you're planning only on defending with towers, well, you're out of luck, as you'll see later. If you're hearing some jackhammering, that's my neighbor's having some remodeling done to his house. So I apologize for that. There's absolutely nothing I can do. They're probably going to be doing it all day. I don't want to record later. So sorry about that. And this is basically a lull between attacks. Usually you will get attacked from the north, south, east, or west. And once you get attacked the first time, you can pretty much predict where the big horde is going to be. By that I mean you can predict where they're going to come from. And attack your wall at a specific point. I believe that's a problem. The AI is a little bit too good by being too simple. They attack the same spot over and over again if they can reach it. If they can't reach it, they just attack somewhere else. But the problem is when you set up a choke point, if you're inside the choke point, like I am over here, you will have a problem. Because you can't set up as much defenses inside the choke point as they can send zombies your way, because they almost overlap. The zombie hordes are huge, and you will see that. Here I'm setting up traps in front of the walls because I know that door is a weak spot. I want to do some major damage to the zombies before they actually manage to get to the door. A zombie horde is heading my way, as you can see it on the mini-map, from the left side or the west side. And here's the first guys from the horde. I call it a horde, it's just a common parlance. And there you go, that's on day 76. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Just a few zombies, and you can see that the towers are taking care of them pretty quickly. Those are late game towers. That's the biggest tower you can have that you're seeing there with the 3 guns. Looks like a Gatling gun. Weird thing is, I don't know why they have 3 barrels if only one is firing. They don't rotate, as you can see. Maybe they'll get animated later on. As I said, this is an alpha. This game is in development. It was started on Kickstarter. You can still get Steam keys for it. I believe you get them through Humble Bumble. I bumbled that one. Humble Bundle. It is a Steam key though. You can also get them through their website. As I said, I'll link it down below. It is a very interesting game, and you can spend, well, hours. If you only play it once, you get about 2 hours, and the cheapest you can get it for is 20 bucks, and you get right in it. And this is the mode that you can play. Updates, I believe, are bi-weekly, if I'm judging anything from Steam. Steam updates seem to be coming very rapidly, so the developers are actually working on the game. They're not just playtesting it. This is, again, this is not just a playtest. This is an actual alpha build. This was a mistake that I made. That tower that I put there, not tower, that energy plant. It's a energy turbine, wind turbine, basically. It's called a mill in the game, and it provides your buildings with energy. Energy is one of the resources. On the bottom right, you can see the population. Basically, that's the little human with the glasses. That's your total population. The hand with the wrench represents how many available workers you have. That's another resource. And the bag with the grain symbol on it is how much food supply you have. So how much colony buildings you can build, basically houses. And the little lightning bolt is your energy supply. And also you have with the bars, to the left of the bars, you have your gold, your wood supply, stone, your iron, and on the bottom is oil. So that's from top to bottom. Getting oil is difficult, but once you build a market building, you can buy it for gold. So okay, so you can plan your base that way. You can plan it if you want to have a lot of resources, a lot of gold, or if you want to have iron in your base or a lot of stone, you can exchange those resources for gold and basically buy the other resources. Now, stone and wood you need a lot of. Iron and oil you don't need that much of, but you still need it. You need it for your soldiers, snipers, and later on for the bigger units. One has a flamethrower, and the Titan has rapid firing guns. Those are units that you need workers for. Defense towers you need energy for, so if you don't have a lot of room for energy buildings, or if you can't upgrade fast enough for those, you are probably better off with a lot of soldiers instead of a lot of turreted buildings. Here I am paused and I'm thinking of what exactly to do, where to expand. I'm waiting to see where a horde comes from. This wait is probably going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to talk about the game for a minute or two. So what is We Are Billions? We Are Billions will have a story mode which is coming and is being worked on right now. It's not available to play. Right now only Ironman mode is available, with Ironman saving. One save and it automatically saves to it. You cannot save and just come and load back to it later. So you will have that to play around with and basically learn the game a little bit and enjoy it. Enjoy what you paid for, basically. I think it's a great way to show off the game to new players. It's pretty difficult right now though. So, but don't let that turn you off, because there's a lot of things you can try within the first few minutes, and your success depends a little bit on the randomly generated map. I don't know if it's randomly generated or if it's randomly picked from maps that they just loaded into the game. But if you get used to the game and how it works, you could be able to actually experiment with the maps they have. Even if you think the map is not that good, I recommend you playing the game. And even if you fail on the third or second wave, that's not a big deal. There we go. I jumped a little bit ahead, and they're coming from all directions. They are billions. This is the last push before you either fail or win the game. I have it set up on 150-day battle. This is on the easiest setting, and I failed. It is a difficult game. As you can see, my base is really built to last, and they will still make it through. And they will make it through exactly at the area that I thought they will make it through, because I didn't expand there a little bit more so I can build up more defenses on that side. I knew it was the weakest spot. It only had 2 walls, and it just wasn't ready for it, and I slacked. I made the mistake of slacking. And true, you can probably expand your base and just build for delaying tactic, basically. Build delay tactics. Build tactically to delay your the horde, and your people will basically take care of them. But once they hit the wall, your inner walls, you can assume it's over, because they basically there's a lot of zombies there. This is just one side, and this is the front end of the horde. This is the fastest moving ones. The slower ones are a little bit tougher to kill. And as you can see, this side is not really taking that much damage because they're split in two. They're going around the lake. One group went left, and the other one is going to go from the top. But this is the side I'm worried about. Those 2 walls are not going to hold off a horde. And there goes the first wall. It's nearly down, and it's not going to stand. See, this information that I received, the infection is spreading across the colony. I didn't know exactly where it was. I'm recording my voice after I recorded the video. And I'm looking for it, and I still can't see exactly which building is actually infected. Where's the infection coming from? I don't see it. If you press Alt, you can see the health of the buildings. And I will try doing that in just a second, but there it is. You can see the health of everything. And I don't see where the infection is actually spreading through our buildings. But apparently it was just a tower up to the right. There it is. I will try to pause the video later in editing. But I saw it and it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
They are trying to break through.
And they're not going to make it through that wall. I have too much defenses and they're spread out. This wall is safe too. And this wall isn't. It's a small wall. It's in the open. There's not a lot of defenses. There's only 2 guns firing with 4 soldiers in a tower and a sniper. And the snipers are good at taking out big guys, but they're not good at taking out so many little targets. I have a ranger from the beginning of the game. I'm moving the soldiers back, trying to delay action. But it's not going to work out that way. And there you go. They made it through the wall. And they're going to take down the buildings real quickly. The defensive towers real quickly. And those spitters, they infect the towers. And that's why I'm saying I'm going to be hurting from those spitters. This horde is basically done. They're not going to make it through.
At your service.
This is my Titan.
On my way.
Titan unit. He's going to take care of that wall. These 2 buildings are going to hold, but I will have a lot of problems with this wall. There it goes. It's nearly down. And I know I could have made it if I just had one more gun firing there. If I just had one more gun, that would have been safe. And I would have been able to focus on everything else. But... and there it is. The infection is spreading across the colony. It will hurt me a lot. And I don't know what got that building down. It was the spitter and infected the building. They throw bile and infect the buildings. So that's why my ballista start firing. And there we go. I have a gun down there too. To the right. A little bit of the mouse. It got infected by a spitter. But that's fine because I can repair it. I know I can repair those buildings. I just don't have time. The horde has moved through. I'm sending soldiers from everywhere I can find them. But they're not going to make it in time. You're just not going to make it in through. Because once that building falls, it makes all the workers inside of them zombies. So they will get 10 zombies from just hitting that building, which is basically the stone workshop. Once they get that, they're going to get 10 workers, 10 zombies from the 10 workers that are inside of it. And then they're going to hit the power plant, which I think has 4 workers in it, and they're going to get 4 more zombies. And there's few other buildings they can get a couple of zombies from too. So I'm fighting the inevitable here. I am fighting an unstoppable force. There it is. That building's down. My stone workshop. The mill or the wind turbine is down too. Titan is not going to stop them. There's just too many. And there we go. This is how you fail their billions. It's a really nice game. It's a great concept. I like the art style. I like it. This game is going to get a 8 out of 10 from me. 8 out of 10. It's not perfect. It's not ready. But right now it's an 8 out of 10. And it's just an alpha. And my building fell. Maximum population 878. I killed 10,800 infected. Wow. That's pretty good. I only had 19 soldiers though. And that was the problem. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.